Good morning, students. Welcome to the second session of human reproductive system. Now, in the first session, we have discussed about the male reproductive system. In this session, we will discuss about the female reproductive system, and in the female reproductive system, we have to study about the structure of female reproductive system as well as the composition of female reproductive system. Female reproductive systems are, we can say that female reproductive organs are meant for the sexual intercourse, reproduction, urination, pregnancy and childbirth. These all functions are performed by the human reproductive system, female reproductive system. So, firstly, we will study the structure of female reproductive system. This is the sagittal section of the female reproductive system, as like we have studied in the male reproductive system. This is the lateral view or sagittal section of the female reproductive system. But we will study or we will discuss about the different parts of the female reproductive system by the help of a schematic diagram. This is the schematic sketch of the female reproductive system. Now, we will start the study of the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system has two main female reproductive organs. These are found either sides of the uterus. These are two ovaries. It means we can say that the female reproductive system has the main female sexual organ or main female reproductive organ in the form of pair, as like the testes of the male reproductive system. So, these two are the ovaries and each ovary is located either side of the uterus. Ovary is connected to the uterus as well as the fallopian tube by the help of mesovarium and broad ligaments, or we can say that ovarian ligaments. So, these two ovaries are hanging just either side of the uterus. The second part of female reproductive system is the uterus. Uterus is inverted pear-shaped structure. This is the body of uterus. This narrow part is called as cervix of uterus, and the uterus gets open to out in a wider canal like structure that is called as vaginal canal or vagina. Uterus wall, or we can say that uterine wall, is made up of three layers. These three layers are called as perimetrium, mesometrium and endometrium. So, these three layers of the uterine wall: perimetrium, mesometrium and endometrium. Uterus is meant for the implantation and development of the embryo or fetus till the birth of child. Till the birth of child. Now, from either side of uterus, a tubular structure is emerged. This tubular structure is called as fallopian tube or oviduct. Fallopian tube has different parts: uterine part, isthmus, ampulla and distal part. So, these are the different four parts of the fallopian tube. The distal part of the fallopian tube has numerous finger-like progressions. These finger-like progressions are called as fimbriae. These are called as fimbriae. By the help of fimbriae, fallopian tube catches the secondary oocyte or we can say that female gamete released from the ovary, and that female gamete goes inside the fallopian tube, and inside the fallopian tube at the ampulo-isthmic junction. Ampulo-isthmic junction means the point at which ampulla and isthmus are joined together. At the ampulo-isthmic junction, fertilization takes place. So this is the fallopian tube. After fertilization, zygote is formed, and this zygote starts to divide to produce the embryo, and that embryo will move towards the uterus, and inside the uterus that embryo will be planted along with the endometrial wall. That process is called as implantation. We will discuss further. Now then, this is the vaginal canal or vagina, and this vaginal canal or vagina is a wider channel or wider canal that has contractile wall. Contractile wall means the muscles of this wall, muscles of the vaginal canal is contractile in nature, and this vagina is open to out through a orifice, and that orifice is called as vaginal orifice or vulva. Vagina is female copulatory organ that receives the penis during the sexual intercourse. This is the structure of female reproductive system. Now we will discuss about the internal structure of ovary also. This is the internal structure of ovary. This is the section or vertical section of the ovary. We can say that this is lateral, this is longitudinal section also. So this is the longitudinal section or vertical section of the ovary that shows the internal structure of the ovary. Now when we see the internal structure of ovary, numerous nest-like structures are found. These are called as follicles. Firstly, these follicles are developed from the nest cells or egg nest, and each follicle is firstly developed into primary follicles, then secondary follicles, then tertiary or matured follicles. So these are the follicles, developing follicles. Inside the follicle, the female gamete is developed in the form of oocyte. Here, there is the well mature follicle that can be said that vascular follicle or tertiary follicle or mature follicle. Ovarian follicles are also called as Graafian follicles. Inside this Graafian follicles or ovarian follicle, this is the oocyte from which the female gamete will be produced. Now, after the development of the oocyte, ovarian wall gets ruptured and the female gamete is released out in the form of secondary oocyte. This process is called as ovulation, and after ovulation, this oocyte is taken by the fimbri of the fallopian tube, and then that secondary oocyte enters to the fallopian tube, at where it is developed into the female gamete, and at the ampulo-isthmic junction fertilization takes place. After the ovulation, this Graafian follicle is converted into another structure that is called as corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is usually yellow in color, and corpus luteum releases a hormone called as progesterone. We will discuss further what will be the function of progesterone.